from Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, the newly minted $137 million man, Jimmy Garoppolo, and the San Francisco 49ers do battle with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. After 2 weeks on the road, they're finally ready for the home opener at Arrowhead Stadium. Standing by on the call, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A minute ago, Arrowhead was rocking. The offense led out by all-pro tight end Travis Kelce as the Chiefs get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They go play action here on first down. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and that'll bring up second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. This is fielded inside the 5. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
Another spin. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it's Chiefs football, first and 10. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. But then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's a carry for the former Dolphin. It's Damian Williams. A second spin. Finding some room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
And when you make an investment in a position, defensive line is a great place to do it, and the 49ers have done exactly that. Solomon Thomas, 2017 draft. Eric Armstead, 2015. DeForest Buckner, 2016. They should be a formidable defensive front.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Mahomes now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And able to find Conley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 7 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead.
They got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. It's a close game here early on, and we're back to Arrowhead after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Play action. Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. A first carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on third. Garoppolo. And it's caught by Selleck. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback?
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Garrett Selleck, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Tyreek Hill on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He sets to fire deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. A second. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are in for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Butker on for the PAT. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Garoppolo to try again on second down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Garoppolo on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be second down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's third and short.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Garrett Selleck, the tight end, was the target. And that'll make it third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Garoppolo now. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo, 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Gould is able to put it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And now running right through it. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10.
3 down. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. Derek Carr lighting it up. 3 touchdown passes there. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Willie Snead, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Tyreek Hill set to return it. They find some open field here. 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 94 yards, and the Chiefs add on to their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So he took that one at the 6, returned it all the way to the end zone. An electric return it was, 94 yards to the house. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at about the 28. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Green 90. Green 90.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I.
Green 90.
They'll run it with Williams. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Green 90. Green 90.
Now Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Here we go with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter. Not
only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Butker now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Niners on 3rd down. 6 conversions in 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. To the right side, complete to Taylor. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And he's taken down, a cheap sack. Reggie Ragland coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And now here comes Kansas City. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams. Nice footwork at the 25. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him for a loss of 6. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback. but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
4 down.
Mahomes now to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point, not all that convincing, but he does tuck it in there. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Butker now to kick this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey. Green 39.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He finds West. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They run. It's Williams. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
If he indeed got it, he didn't get it by much. This is a great push up front, but I think the nose of the football does make it over the line to gain. And whoa, that was definitely cutting it close.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Green 90. Green 90.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Going deep here for Watkins. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Trying to go back to Watkins, and now it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski-Tart, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slump.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Were you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Chiefs, It's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.